Hi guys! So I know my hair probably looks like crap. It's just not worth me dealing with it. It's just gonna be a battle, and for this video it doesn't even matter because I'm just talking to you guys. So basically today's video is me describing why there's no tutorials or beauty videos this week. And to explain that, I kind of have to take you back 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks from today, actually. It's amazing that all of this kind of went down in about 2 weeks. Around the time of Bill's surgery, which was June 6th, my tailbone started to hurt. And not in like a, like honestly, it felt like if you bust your ass down a set of steps and hurt your tailbone, like that's just what it felt like. But I didn't fall down any steps. We live in a one-story house, so it was just weird. So I was just like, alright, like I just kind of brushed it off. There was, nothing. Well, then fast forward a week from that, I started to notice an infection, and I mean, if you don't want to watch this video, that's okay. I started to notice a little bit of an infection in that area, and then Sunday was the worst pain that it had ever been. It was painful. I couldn't sit right. It was a good thing that I had off that day because I was just in so much pain. Bill had to give me one of his Vicodin. It was that bad. Yeah, so we ended up going to the ER, and my husband and even the doctors, they were like, well, I'm not even sure what it is. He's like, this could possibly be like a type of a staph infection. So yeah, basically the type of infection I'm talking about is kind of I don't even know if it was a cyst or like a boil or something or other. And I know it sounds really gross and I'm basically talking about my ass, but it can be really, really serious if not taken care of. So I mean, and you can get stuff for toxic shock and all that from this kind of thing. So I'm glad that we went and got it taken care of. But yeah, so I was in the ER on Sunday, and we were there for about 3 hours, which isn't bad. I think that's record time for an ER. But he drained and packed the cyst, which, by the way, the shot that they give you to numb that area is very nice. I didn't feel a thing. And then they gave me an antibiotic and Vicodin. And the antibiotic that they put me on originally were horse pills. Now, let me paint you a little picture. I'm 135 and 5'3". Horse pills, they wanted me to take, seriously, pills that big. They wanted me to take 2 of those every 12 hours. Well, within a day, it was serious. Maybe, let's see. Yeah, I had filled the prescription. Yeah, I filled the prescription Monday morning. I took the antibiotic before I went to work. And then when I was at work, I started to feel fever chills. How sometimes you just get I don't know why, but they gave me a tetanus shot too. So anytime that I get a tetanus shot or Gardasil or anytime I would get a shot, my right here would just be really sore. That's just, I mean, that's normal for me, I'm used to that. But my whole body starts to get really, really sore. So, I mean, I figured that was probably just, something weird, and I just took a Tylenol thinking it was nothing. And then the next morning, I took one of the Vicodins to sleep that night, and then when I woke up, on Tuesday morning, and Tuesday morning was a really big day, like a day that I should not and could not be feeling sick. I had my cosmetology state board practical exam on Tuesday, which is 1 out of 2 of the major licensing tests for your cosmetology license. It's the test where you actually can prove that you know what the hell you're doing. And yeah, I mean, I'm not going to talk about the test. That's a different video. But yeah, so through this whole test, I basically had to fight through a fever, aches and pains, my neck being in probably the worst pain I've ever felt. My tailbone region was still in a lot of pain, even though we were standing up the whole time. I basically had to, my knees were so sore because I locked my knees during the test, and I know you're not supposed to do that. Yeah, it was just, I mean, I could still concentrate. It was no big deal, but it was just kind of like, ugh, really, of all days. So, yeah. So yeah, that was yesterday. And then yesterday night we had to go back to the ER and get the packing taken out. And that took like no time at all. We were out of the, we got there by like 9:30 and we were out of there by like 10:30. But when they did my little, like when they gave me my wristband and, you know, got me all set up, like they took my temperature and did all that. Basically they took my temperature. And she was like, oh, you have a 104 fever. Oh, that's weird. You didn't have one when you came in the other night. I'm like, no shit, Sherlock. Like, I didn't have one until you gave me those meds. So, basically, the antibiotics that they gave me just made me so sick. She switched me to a different antibiotic, the doctor that took my packing out. Yeah, she switched me to a different antibiotic because she even said, she's like, for people my size, that is a really, really harsh drug for the system to handle. So yeah, she put me on a different one, and she's like, now you might still feel a little sick because it's still getting out of your system, but I mean, yeah, like today I felt horrible. I was scheduled 9 to 3 and I ended up working it out with my manager that once the other shift manager got there at 11, I was able to go, because I mean, I opened and everything, but just my head felt like it weighed about 50 pounds, and it was one of those, like, you even turn your head slightly and you get dizzy kind of headaches. So yeah, it was not really a fun time to be had. But I took, you know, I've been home all day. I've basically been sleeping a good portion of the day. This is gonna sound really gross, but I've started to sweat out the fever, which is really great. It's partially why my hair is up. No, I've started to sweat out the fever. I'm definitely feeling a lot better. Today is actually one of the first days I've had anything of an appetite. We had fish tacos for dinner, and it was pretty good. Yeah, but otherwise, for the past 4 days, I've wanted to, like, eat nothing. Because it was kind of one of those, you know you need to eat something in order to take anything for pain, or at least I do. Otherwise, I get sick. You have to have something in your stomach in order to take any type of painkiller, but if you eat something, you feel like you're gonna get sick. So yeah, it's just a lose-lose situation. But yeah, so enough about me rambling. That's just basically why I'm gonna be MIA for this week and just return next week with better videos. This was just kind of a little like, okay, this is what's going on. I do have videos planned. I think I'm going to do a follow-up to the shellac video with just a quick tip of how to take off shellac. Because I know a lot of people are, you know, I've gotten asked outside, you know, on like Facebook message and whatnot, you know, well, how do you take the shellac off afterwards? Well, you know, so I might make a little video on that. And then if Sigma ever, not Sigma, if Stila ever ships my order that I placed over a week ago, I plan on making a tutorial on the eyeshadows that I bought because it's really fun and it has the most gorgeous orange color in the entire world, and I really, really want them to ship it to me. So yeah. What else? Yeah. Alright, yeah, so if you have any suggestions for what I should do for videos for next week, just leave a comment below. Sorry this week wasn't too exciting. Sorry if this video bored you. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go and sleep now. Alright, talk to you guys later. Bye.